Okay, next we're starting on page 79, creating a navigation list, which is a list containing links to the main topic areas of the whole site. Okay, ideally this same list should appear prominently on every page, usually near the top of the page as part of the header or as a sidebar to the main content. Okay, and this is what it looks like. The opening tag is nav, and then you have the closing, and in between you have the list of navigation links. Okay, and it uses div elements and in unordered list. So let's go ahead and do this to the home page. If you take a look at bottom page 179, I'm going to go to home.html in my text editor right here. We're going to focus on this one for now, so I'm going to make this one just a little bit bigger. And at the top of the file, directly below the header element, I am going to insert the following code, okay, right below the header element, right here. Okay, so, and it's going to look like page 80. So I'm going to hit enter a couple times, or once, I guess. I'm going to space over to align my nav tag here. Okay, then I'm going to hit enter, space over like this. UL for an unordered list. First item in the list is home. And again, I really don't like typing this code, so once I have this in there, I'm going to select it just like this all the way to the beginning. Control C, go to the next line, Control V, hit enter, Control V again, and then just replace the word home with tips and glossary. Okay, then we're going to end the unordered list. And we're going to end the nav section. Okay, so if we take a look at page 80, that's what we have. And we're going to do Control S to save. And now it says go to the tips file and then repeat the steps. Okay, I'm just going to copy this whole section, actually come all the way out here so we get the spaces and everything. Control C, and now I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so I can see everything. I'm going to go right away to my tips page, and right below the header there, right here, Control V, Control S, and then the same thing for glossary. Control V, Control S. Okay, and then it says go to the glossary file in your text editor. Okay, we did that. And now we need to go in our web browser and refresh each page, and there they appeared on each page. Okay. So take a look at figure 2.9. That's what we have on all the pages. So then now we're on page 81. Navigation lists and web accessibility. You'll be held responsible for that. Make sure you read that. Working with hypertext links. Okay, make sure you read that. Also, in the top of page 82, read that. And the reference there for a hypertext link. And now we're actually going to do hypertext links to a document. So we're going to go to the home.html file. And let's see, I'm going to mark the text home as a hypertext link using a set of A tags as follows. So just like that, and it's going to ultimately look like the top of page 83. So I'm going to click here on the home line just after the opening line tag, and ahref equals quotes home.html, the name of the file that we named it earlier, just like this, and then home, and then we need to close that A tag out like this. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to copy this to tips And right here, home.htm will be changed to tips.htm. And the word in between them needs to be tips. And then the same thing for glossary. I'm going to select glossary, Control V to paste it, and it's going to be glossary.htm, and then glossary here. Okay, and so we are now to number 5. I'm going to do Control S, top page 83, and we are going to copy and paste this into our other two tabs. So in this case, I'm only going to copy my lines here like this. Control C, go to tips, Control V, glossary, same thing, just the lines, Control V. Okay, Control S, and I forgot to save the tips page, Control S. Okay, okay, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and reload the pages in our browser. So I'm going to refresh, okay, and I'm actually going to close out. I'm going to go to my home, which is this one, I believe. Yes. So I'm going to close out the other two tabs here, and I'm just going to see if this works. If I click home, I should stay here, and I did. If I click tips, I go to the tips page. If I hit glossary, I go to the glossaries page. If I hit home on each of those pages, it takes me to the home page. So my hyperlinks are working. Okay. Trouble at the bottom of page 83. If the links do not work, check the spelling of the file names and the href attributes of the A tags. Because some web servers require you to match capitalization in a file name, you should verify this in your attributes as well. It's very important that you get everything typed correctly because it's very sensitive to that. So take a look at page 84, the top of the page. It talks about interpreting the A tag. Make sure that you read that. In attributes of an element, there's a table 213. Make sure you read that. You'll be held responsible. And then top of page 85, make sure you take a look there.